Hello and welcome back to the La Project with me, one of your hosts, Han Royani, and with me, my co-host,
BJ, what's up?
So today, we at the La Project, we are a facetious podcast that talks about political news and events all around the world. And with us today, we have a special guest. She's a former radio announcer and TV host. Please welcome back to the show, Nikki. Guys.
What's up, Nikki?
Good
Thank you,
morning.
Nikki.
Thank you for having
Probably
me again.
our most recurring guest.
Our second most
Second
recurring
most?
guest.
Oh, forgot
second
about the
most
big guy.
recurring
Oh my
guest.
God, I need to raise it up then.
Yeah,
I need to climb the level
we
of
should
like
start
on
we should start a
Duolingo.
giveaway.
Who's this other person?
hours.
Oh no, you've been.
Oh really?
You
Quickly
you
climbing the ranks? Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
met.
you are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was sitting next to you.
Yeah, Irfan.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
He
He's
was,
lovely.
Yes, one of the most appearances as a guest.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was on season 1 as well.
He was on
Yeah.
like the first 10 episodes. I think he was here for like 3 or 4 times. So.
Okay. Oh, there's seasons.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
Well,
actually.
technically we're in season 2.
I mean, we're heading towards the end of season 2. I think.
Towards the end.
Towards season 1. I think we're heading into
Oh, really?
season 2. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So,
okay.
anyways.
Sorry for digressing. I just needed my information. Thank
No.
you.
Anyways, thank you for joining us. So we have a lot to talk about today. Recently, at the time of this recording, we just got the news a few hours ago. A few flotilla ships that are sailing to Gaza was intercepted, and some of them were actually attacked by the Israeli forces. IDF. So the organizers of the flotilla, they were carrying aid. They reported that there were explosions and multiple drones that targeted some of their boats that is currently situated near Greece.
Okay.
So they have
Oh,
been
not that far away.
not that far away. It's like literally like 1,000 kilometers away from Israel. So according to their plans, they were supposed to reach Gaza within 3 to 5 days.
Okay.
But now they have been intercepted. So
And they're all sailing, right?
they're all sailing.
It's like
They're all
sailboats.
sailing.
right?
Yeah. And they were around 51 boats, comprising of multiple nationalities, multiple ethnicities, people from all over the world.
I think there are even some Malaysians on board.
There
on
were
certain
even
ships,
some
right?
Malaysians on board. Yeah,
I
that's
think
right.
we have our own
I
boat,
think
right?
we have
This
one or two
Sumut
boats.
Nusantara.
Yes, that's
Cool.
right. That's right.
But I'm not sure. We have one or two, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one has stayed back because they're not able to catch up or something.
see.
They're like assisting
Right.
Okay.
or
Like a
monitoring
support boat.
like a
Right,
support
right.
boat. But I'm not sure if one of the other boat has gone forward.
I mean, it's no reason for Israel to shoot these people, because I think like the Gaza Flotilla, they are just carrying aids.
Which is exactly what they want to stop.
They're
Yeah.
just carrying aid, food, medicine.
And they have a new justification now. If you've been watching Israeli officials online,
What
Which
was
is
the
what?
justification?
it's not justified at all, of course. But,
Okay.
but to them, it's like, look, we've already said we are emptying out Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
So why
Yeah.
should there be any aid coming in? Because the people in Gaza have to leave.
And
Yeah.
so it's like, everybody should just agree with us
Yeah,
and toe the
yeah.
line.
That's just ethnic cleansing.
It's just madness.
Yeah, it is. And but that's their rationalization for it now, which is ridiculous. If you
Yeah.
ask me.
but all around the world, I think people are
Waking up.
and they can see that Israel's carrying.
Who would have
a
thought the
genocide.
guy with the most balls on the world stage would have been Emmanuel Macron? Who would have thought?
Yes,
dude?
yes,
Who
exactly.
thought?
Exactly.
Like
So
out of
tell us
all
more.
of the world leaders, sorry.
Tell us more.
Yeah.
Why? Like
Okay.
why?
Because
So
he was like basically, because France is, especially today, like a pseudo superpower. You know, they're not really a superpower, but they have enough military, they have enough economy to sort of like be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're still, until today, one of the most powerful nations on earth. And Macron, the president of France, has in the last 10 days or so essentially come out and said that France officially wants to recognize
Yeah.
a two-state solution
Yeah.
and the state of Palestine. So It's a big deal, dude.
Yeah, and it's
That's
not
a big
just
deal.
it's not just France actually.
Yep.
It was France,
And then after that,
Spain,
it was like
Canada.
UK,
right.
yeah,
Australia.
Kyrgyzstan,
Yeah.
Australia. Yeah,
Yep.
so a lot of these countries are recognizing the state of
Yep.
Palestine. They
Yep.
want to make sure that Palestine becomes. They want to make sure that Israel and Palestine becomes like a two-state kind of thing.
Yep. But the US just vetoed it.
But the US
in the
has
UN.
vetoed it.
Yeah.
It's
Veto the
crazy.
recognition
Yeah,
of it.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
And they
But
can't veto the recognition.
The recognition of no, they vetoed the UN resolution to, if I'm not mistaken, it was a matter of because the UN declared that it was an official famine
Okay, yes.
and genocide, and apparently somehow the US vetoed that decision. Or
They were able to
declaration.
veto that
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
really?
In the
I
end.
thought
I
that
mean-
they vetoed the ceasefire, like a call
Yeah,
for
that-
another
that's-
ceasefire.
they've done
That
that
too.
every single time
Yeah.
that it's come
Okay.
up. of
Every
course,
time.
Yeah.
But they've also shown opposition against the recognition of statehood for the Palestinians. They've
Okay.
also shown opposition against the UN aid workers being led into Gaza and Rafah and the West Bank. So
But in the matter of these, like all these countries, new countries that are recognizing
Yeah.
Palestine, that's on their own accord. Like
That-
the US
yeah.
can't say, oh no, you can't recognize
But
these states.
but they are a significant roadblock for
Yes.
the UN to officially
Recognize them.
adopt what France and these other countries have been doing. Yes.
Yeah, and then I think yesterday, at the point of this recording, Trump addressed the UN actually. Have you seen this?
No, I
Yeah.
have not.
Okay, yeah, Trump.
I didn't watch it, but I read.
Yeah, so he addressed the UN and he was basically talking about all these other countries. He was like, all your countries are going
As
to
Trump
hell.
does.
Oh.
The immigration.
He actually
is,
said going to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually said
It's
going to
like-
hell. That was like his closing remark.
Yeah, all these
Amazing,
countries are
right?
going to hell. You guys,
The audacity.
Yeah, he was saying like the worst issue of our lifetime right now is immigration. And then that's what he was saying. Like all these countries, they should be careful and basically
Like it's
Trump-
threatening. It's threatening
He's
Christian
threatening.
value. Is
Yes.
threatening Christian values. Is threatening the English-speaking world. It's so divisive and it's ridiculous. And he's also saying how immigration is ruining the world when actually the European countries who have not had large migrations, they're the ones who are suffering. Like economically, they're not growing as much because there's like a aging population. There's not enough people who are paying taxes. So it's actually immigration is helping the
Actually,
European nations
yeah.
who have more immigration rather than less immigration.
Yes,
So, I mean, what he's saying, we all know this, but he's just talking out of his butthole, you know, and just being, it's like theatrics again. And I think it was an hour,
Oh yeah,
an hour long.
He rambled
on for an hour and attacked everyone.
and then everyone just had to take it in. Like
Yeah.
everyone just had to listen.
Yeah. So I read that his last speech at UNGA was laughed at. People were laughing at how ridiculous it was. This time people were just silent.
Right.
Like it was just silent. Like nobody could, like everybody was just like no reaction.
Yeah, because I think this is serious. I mean, like, okay, one, Trump did say all that, but on the second part, he actually mentioned about these countries recognizing the state of Palestine, and then they were saying that if you do that, you are actually just rewarding Hamas. So you're just like.
If you're supporting the state,
If you're
of
supporting
Palestine.
the state of Palestine, and
Right.
that's exactly the same thing that Netanyahu said.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I don't know, because the US and Israel are superpowers of the world, you know, so they have so
Now-
many leverage and so many.
I think Trump has, when it comes to this issue, he chose the wrong side of the line, and he can't walk it back. I think that's the issue that he's facing now. It's unfortunate lah, because to me he had the potential, especially at the start of his presidency, to do a lot of good if he was really going to accomplish his campaign promises. You know, like stop the wars and all that. But unfortunately, it hasn't panned out like that, and it doesn't reflect well on him, like on his legacy either.
Exactly. So
like to me about the immigration thing, right? While I don't agree with him 100% that immigration is ruining the world, I don't think that's true at all. However, I do think that
there's due process. when it comes
that's
to-
one of course. But the other thing is that in Malaysia itself, we have been dealing with the party problem as well. Pendatang asing tanpa
Okay.
izin,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So I think illegal immigration is a problem. I mean, in the UK, you look at the Pakistani grooming gangs that have been publicized over the last 8-9 months or so.
Grooming gang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know they've been like in this? I think the first one came out about 7 months ago.
Okay.
The first article or first story about this is where in parts of the UK there are like Pakistani men, groups of Pakistani men that have been grooming girls that are underage for
Pakistani man.
yeah
Wow.
for sexual slavery, essentially, like modern sexual slavery.
Right.
And they've been, and for somehow I don't know how and why they accomplished this, but it's grooming like young white girls. Like that's their target.
Right.
Yeah. So you like anyone watching who doesn't know this, you can Google it. Like you could, and like that to me is a problem.
Of course.
So and you know me, like I've always attributed that to more of like the Middle Eastern mentality rather than a Muslim mentality.
What do you mean?
Like it's the culture of the Arabs, like that. Essentially, they are for generations, because that's the seed of civilization. That it came from there.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
like modern civilization as we know it. Like our knowledge of math, science, a lot of it came from that region. Okay, and they've been around for a very, very, very long time, thousands of years.
Yeah.
Like it predates Islam. And with that, certain practices and certain parts of their culture have endured that don't really fit with how we like normal
With good moral values.
I wouldn't say good or bad.
Okay.
I'm trying not to use those terms.
All right.
But I'm
Common sense.
not common sense either. It's like practices that don't belong in the modern world. Like,
But I mean, I think it can be agreed that all of these, they're like deviancies. If
of course.
you're grooming young girls, like this
Yeah.
is not acceptable in culture or religion or
not
anything.
not in the UK. Sorry. Not in modern society, like where we live in.
Of course.
Yeah. So you're thinking about like back in the day when they
No,
had
they're still doing it
harems.
now. Do you know that today
Okay.
in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, in the mountain areas, where they have a lot of truck drivers, okay, who transport supplies from across mountainous regions to in between villages, things like that, in between cities. Most of the time, these truck drivers drive these trucks called jingle trucks.
Okay.
These trucks that I'm pretty sure you've seen pictures of photo or videos of it online, where they have like lots of sort of like Christmas ornament kind of thingies, so that when the truck moves, like you can hear the truck jingling. So that's why it's called a jingle truck.
All right.
Okay.
So these truck drivers, they usually keep with them young boys that they bring along on these cross-country truck trips. Yeah.
So they would basically abduct these kids, or they just
I don't know. See, the problem with the term like abduct is that assumes that they are being kidnapped. But from what I understand and from what I've read in a lot of
they
books,
were groomed.
these kids are somewhat willingly going along because it's their culture, it's been ingrained, and it's how they've done things. So the kids that once were abused in that way grow up to become truck drivers and perpetuate
Continue
the
the
cycle
cycle.
again. Yeah.
Oh man.
So this kind of thing has been around for thousands of years. Like I said, like Alexander the Great, a great conqueror, was known for sleeping with men and young men.
Right.
You know? So, and he was from the region. You know, he was from that Macedonia, that mountainous. You know, it is what it is. Like I'm not trying to pass judgment here, but what I'm saying, like I said earlier, is something that does not jive with the 21st century. You know,
Yeah.
like, it's not a practice that any of us would deem acceptable.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
But
Absolutely not.
it endures until today. You know? So my point, long-winded point, but my point in saying that is that, like I said, it's not an Islam thing. Like people say, a lot of people, especially in the UK, like the detractors, someone like a Tommy Robinson,
Oh yeah.
would say that, okay, this is because of Islam. It's radical Islam that's doing this. But it's not.
Obviously,
This kind of practices predate Islam. And like we all know, like Islam does not promote this kind of behavior.
Of course not. I don't think
Never.
most
None.
religions
I think
don't.
no religion.
No religion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it is what it is. I think it's a matter of culture more than it is a matter of race or religion. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Earlier we were talking about Trump, and I actually have two more news
Okay.
about him actually. So
Alright.
I don't know if you guys know, in the state of Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, there was a Hyundai factory.
Oh,
Have you guys
Hyundai?
Hyundai factory? So
Okay.
they actually
State of
had-
Georgia?
I think so.
Okay,
If I'm not
okay,
mistaken, state
okay.
of Georgia. So it's not like one of the main states of
For those of you who don't know,
Yeah.
Hyundai is a Korean car company.
a South Korean. car
South Korean.
company. Yeah.
Sorry,
Hyundai.
I didn't know the North had any cars. I'm sorry.
But basically, what happened in the Hyundai factory or warehouse?
Hyundai?
Hyundai. Oh, did I say it wrong?
You said Hyundai.
Hyundai. Okay, very.
It's
I just
Hyundai.
learned. I just
Hyundai.
learned
Okay,
how.
okay.
I'm just going along with him.
Basically, what happened was they had over 200 workers from South Korea
Right.
who were there on work visas,
Right.
who were there legally. They were
Illegally or legally?
legally.
Legally.
So
okay.
they were there to sort of train the American workers
Okay.
in Georgia.
Right. Okay.
And then basically,
That's a fairly common thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was agreement between South Korea and the United States. So basically, they sort of invested in each other's businesses and stuff. So, how do you say Hyundai? Hyundai. So they invested in Georgia. So they created a
Right.
massive warehouse.
Right.
They wanted to train the people there, but there was a lady, I forgot what her name was. Tory Branham or something like that. She was running for council or something. She called ICE. You know ICE? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She called ICE. And then basically without any research or anything, she called ICE, and then she mentioned that, oh, they have illegal workers here. You guys should catch them. And then
shit.
eventually ICE came, raided the whole place,
Damn.
put everyone in handcuffs, put them in shackles. Like literally like how they treat the
Criminals. Yep.
like, and then they were put in jail for like a day or so,
Okay.
and eventually it created a whole backlash because I mean,
They
like
did that to the illegal immigrants.
they did that to the legal Mike. They
The
were
South
there
Koreans,
to
like professionals.
professionals,
Yeah.
and they were supposed to
train these
train
Americans,
and
on how to
it
do
was,
their job.
yes, and it was supposed to create 9,000 plus jobs for the citizens of
Right.
United States.
Yeah.
But instead, all these South Korean workers were detained. They were sent to ICE detention camps, and then eventually South Korea had to send a charter plane in order to collect them.
Damn.
And it caused an international incident between South Korea
For nothing.
and United States. And apparently, Hyundai, they wanna like
Sue the American government?
sue the Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah,
I say do
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I am fully in support of that kind of dude. Like, that is
And that's
crazy.
that's just crazy, and
Yeah.
that's just bad business.
Yeah.
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 Like,
Clearly.
who would want to go to the states now
Yeah,
to
exactly.
work to train?
Exactly.
You're just
Yeah.
not thinking this
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Imagine the trauma that these workers
Yeah.
go through because they were there, to support their family, to earn an income. They were there legally. And then this happens to them.
What the hell?
Like, and then
It's just
a lot of them,
And they all had to be shipped back to
they
South
all
Korea.
had to be shipped back. And then when they came back, like South Koreans greeted them. Like there were a bunch of news reporters. They interviewed them, and then basically a lot of them said, "I don't know what's gonna happen after this, but I'm not gonna work with Hyundai anymore. I'm not gonna go to the US anymore."
There
This
you
is
go.
absolutely bad for Trump.
there you go.
And yeah, because like you look at it like last week, right? He just announced the platinum and gold visas.
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
heard about that?
Yeah.
Like
100,000.
who is gonna pay for that
Mm-hmm.
if your legal immigrants are being detained? You know, like that's
If people are just being
absolutely-
stopped at the airport and
Yeah,
not
that's
even be able
ridiculous.
to allow to enter, you know?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and even people that were there legally, they were about to leave the airport or whatever. The ICE arrested them at the airport.
Yeah, arrested them and like interrogated them for
Yeah.
hours, and then in the
Right.
end deport them
Right.
Yeah, it's.
just for, I don't know.
I mean, like immigration.
I
is
think
one thing,
that's a bit unnecessary. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you should just like in Australia and New Zealand, right? How they approach the situation is simple. Like, if you overstay your visa, if even if you arrive in country at any of the port of entries, like a port or an airport, without a visa, you can still get on the plane from wherever you're coming from. But when you arrive, you better look for an alternative to go back because they're not letting you through the gates.
Yeah.
You know, you're stuck in the transit area, I think it's called. So and if you are caught overstaying your visa, if you're already in country, right, then all they do is they just send you back. Like,
I mean,
there's
that's
no like interrogation.
There's no interrogation. There's no like being kept in
nothing. Yeah.
inhumane conditions
Yeah,
because
like, okay,
ICE
go back.
detention facilities, they have
Yeah.
no rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They, like nothing. They're treated like animals
Yeah.
from what
Exactly.
I read.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like ICE is just, remember last time we were talking about Palantir
Yep.
and surveillance and everything.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it reminds you of ICE because ICE, so it's supposed to detain illegal immigrants and, fix the immigration problem, the illegal immigration problem.
Yep.
But it's not being used in that
Yep.
way
Yep.
because ICE detains Palestine supporters.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
People
yeah,
who are
exactly.
there legally,
Yep.
Yep.
who have a green card or who have a student visa, like
Yep.
Mahmoud Khalil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just him,
So many
countless
others.
other
Yeah,
people detained in ICE just for supporting Palestine, just for attending a protest.
Yeah.
So it's
What's-
not a safe country.
Is that
to-
not the infringement on freedom of speech, which
Totally.
is like their First
Their
Amendment?
First
I think
Amendment is
there's a
totally.
there's a good segue.
It's crazy.
I think that'd be a good segue to our next topic,
Yeah.
Mr. Jimmy.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, you're right. So speaking of freedom of speech,
Okay.
a famous talk show host, Late Night with Jimmy Kimmel, if I'm not mistaken, that's the name
Yeah.
of his show. He was he recently came out with an episode where he got cancelled over the episode, basically.
Yeah.
So people have been going on social media. They were saying that he made some remarks about Charlie Kirk, some insensitive remarks, and that's why he was cancelled. But actually,
But he didn't.
but he didn't.
I watched that clip and I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah.
What's so insulting? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Am
No,
I?
it's not-
Am
it's
I?
not-
Am
it's
I
not-
just?
If anything, he
I
was
didn't get it.
insulting. If anything, he was insulting Trump.
Exactly.
Not Charlie
so
Kirk.
basically, what happened was he made a remark about Trump's response to an interviewer who was asking him about
The
Charlie
Charlie
Kirk.
Kirk, yeah.
Charlie Kirk does. Charlie
Oh
Kirk's
yeah,
death. So basically,
okay, that video I
yeah.
know. That video.
So
Okay.
the reporter was asking him, so what do you think of Charlie Kirk's death and stuff? He said, oh, that's terrible, but I'm having a great day. White House is we are constructing a new ballroom.
Oh,
So
shit.
we're having new constructions there. We're having this. So it's a great day for me. So that's what Jimmy Kimmel was highlighting,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
that Trump's sort of I wouldn't say insensitive, but
He just didn't care.
He just didn't care.
He just
Yeah.
didn't care. He wanted to talk
Yeah.
about his ballroom.
yeah.
And what an achievement that was.
Yeah. And basically because of that, they
Pull him off the air.
Yeah,
That's
they pulled him out of the air. Yeah.
For 6 days.
For 6 days.
He's going to be reinstated.
That's
I
right.
think, right?
Yes,
That's
you know,
right.
and he's not the only one in recent times. The only talk show host. Who
Col-
was the other?
Colbert.
Yeah,
Stephen Colbert.
Stephen
Yeah,
Colbert.
yeah, yeah.
Well-
like all these people are just being pulled off just because of like saying
criticize Trump.
criticize Trump,
Which is like their First Amendment right.
I
yeah,
think,
exactly,
I think
and like fascist.
Colbert was a different situation in my opinion. I
Okay.
think he deserved it. Simply because of the COVID vaccine that he was pushing
Okay.
during COVID. So he should have been removed off the air at that time.
What did he say?
He was essentially making the argument that everyone has to be vaccinated, and if you're not vaccinated, there's something wrong with you.
I mean, isn't that the point of the U.S. freedom of speech? They can say whatever they want.
True, but
Right?
true, except for a call to violence.
Okay.
At least under their law, that's what a direct call to violence. Like you go kill her.
Okay.
You can't say that.
So
okay?
what did Colbert
But Stephen
say?
Colbert, the issue with him is not so much. It's not the call to violence thing, but to me, it's what he said in the sense that at the time it was mandated. You know, like
To
the
be
COVID vaccine
vaxxed.
was like it was mandated, especially in the States. Like if you were a government worker, you know, even if you weren't government workers, most of businesses had to have vaccinated employees.
Okay.
If not, they couldn't come back to work. Things like that. I disagree with that because that was taking away people's livelihoods over their own personal choices. You know, which is to me
They shouldn't be
at
punished.
least on
for
par
that.
with an issue of freedom of speech. You know,
Okay.
like it's the same. It's not just freedom of speech in the First Amendment. It's also freedom of expression. People forget that. And if someone expresses that they are not comfortable with taking a vaccine and inserting something into their body that they don't know head or tail about, to be honest, at that time, that's
right.
up to them.
Yeah.
That's up to them. And if you are out there, one of the most influential voices, and you're like perpetrating that kind of thing, like saying like, yeah, you shouldn't have a job if you're not vaxxed. You shouldn't be out there working. You're putting people's lives in danger if you're not vaxxed. That kind of to me is diabolical.
Okay.
You know, that's like that changes. You guys remember what COVID was like, right? When it was lockdowns and all that.
Yeah.
That changed people. Like people became diabolical. People became more like, yeah, Malaysians, as we know, suka jaga tepi kain orang, but it became so much more worse. That spirit of like have to know what everyone is doing. You know, whether you're just so that you can say whether you're like, oh, this person is right, this person is doing it wrong, this person is doing it right. I don't agree with that. Never have. Never have. That to me, that is just as bad as Trump instructing Larry Ellison to pull Jimmy Kimmel off the air. Is one in the same.
Yeah, but you know, it's crazy because like in America, you would think that everyone should be able to say what they feel like, but under Trump, I would say it's turning a lot more towards like a fascist state. I would argue.
I mean,
I would too.
People forget what it was like when it was the woke mob that was in control. So,
I mean, okay.
I think you feel that way because you're on the other side now. But
Sure.
But when you were on the side of the liberals, when the liberals were in power essentially under Biden, it was far worse for anyone that was even, like I said, even speaking out against the vaccine. You know, so.
But-
And now
I
it's
think it's just a matter of perspective. I don't think it's. I mean, it's not. Fascism is actual fascism. Fascism is like Nazi.
Yeah,
That
like
is fascism.
Mussolini.
Yeah, Mussolini. That is actual
But it
fascism.
starts like that, doesn't it? When you
It does,
control the media,
of course.
Yeah,
when you control what
yeah.
people say.
Of course,
It's
but-
like little bit by little bit, and then they don't realize that they're drowning.
Yeah, but
You know?
there's
But you know, at one point, America embraced fascism in the 30s before World War II.
Yeah.
They invited Mussolini. They even sponsored.
I don't know if you can call that embracing fascism. It was a different time. There was no social media. People weren't really aware of what was going on in the individual countries like Italy or even in the Soviet Union, what Stalin was doing. You know, like people weren't aware. So I don't know if it was called, if it's fair to call it embracing fascism, but yeah, they did détente with these people.
They did what?
Détente.
Détente.
Yeah, like have a
What's that?
have
Does it mean
a
dancing?
no.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Détente.
Yeah,
It's a French word for dancing.
D-E-T-E-N.
Like dalliances?
Détente.
Not dalliances. Sorry, not dalliances. It's like have a what's that, dialogue.
Dialogue.
Okay.
Yeah, like dancing.
Yeah. So they met up somewhere in Europe, right? In Switzerland or something, right? Like there was Mussolini, Stalin was there.
Yep.
Only Hitler wasn't there.
No,
right?
yeah, he wasn't there.
Hitler wasn't there, right?
He wasn't there, but at that point, like before World War II, people.
He wasn't in power yet.
He wasn't
wasn't
invited
involved.
to the party.
Yeah.
He was
but
nobody's.
yeah, but he at one point he was kicked out of German politics,
Yes.
like disgraced, and then he came back.
Yep.
And then that's how he became the
Führer.
The Führer,
Yeah.
and
He had
then
a big
that's
chip
how,
on his shoulder.
Yeah, World War II
Yeah.
happened, and I would say that's a very similar parallel to Trump.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you
Because
say?
he was the president,
Okay.
and then he lost to Joe Biden.
Right.
Essentially, like he was out of the American politics.
Okay.
I mean, like he was still active in for the conservatives, but he's no longer the president. And then after he was removed from power, similar to Hitler, he came back with a vengeance.
You liberals love grasping at straws just to say something negative about Trump. Right?
Just similarities are there, bro.
It's not similar at all. Come on. It's more
It
similar.
reminds me of like Anwar coming back with a vengeance.
No, actually, another Malaysian icon actually that is much more similar to Hitler is Tun. Remember?
Oh,
Actually,
him coming
that's
back
what
with a
happened. He
vengeance.
was banned from UMNO. He was literally banned from UMNO for what he said about UMNO. And
Oh,
then
yeah,
he came
yeah,
back.
that's true, that's true,
That
that's
was
true.
that was real.
He talked
That
something about
that was
Tun
what
Abdul
the
Rahman.
Nazi party did to Hitler.
Yep.
Like he talked and he was like, and they were like, no, you're way too radical, get the here. And then suddenly he came back about 4 years later.
Yeah, he said something about Tunku Abdul Rahman.
Yeah.
And then
And the
eventually,
founders, and even Tun Hussein.
yeah.
Dato' On.
Dato' On.
Even
Oh,
about
okay.
Dato' On. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
the founder of UMNO. So more similarities there, if you ask me.
Okay. I mean, dictators are dictators. Okay, maybe this part will be cut out. But okay, so we're heading into some Asian news now.
Okay.
Okay, so
What's been happening around the region?
Yeah, so last week we shared some news about the Indonesian protests, the Nepal protests,
Sabah
and-
floods.
It's a what?
Sabah floods.
Oh yeah, Sabah floods. But just a few days ago, or maybe last week, there were huge protests in the Philippines too.
Oh yeah.
Over
Yep.
corruption, because
Flood projects.
flood projects, and then this has been going on for weeks or months now, because there have been unrest on social media because people were complaining
In the
Philippines about these nepo babies and these
Oh, yeah, in
politicians.
Nepal.
In Nepal and also in the Philippines,
Okay.
they would pretty much post their lavish lifestyle on social media, and the citizens
Nepal
of
babies,
Nepal,
as in these guys are like the
children,
The children
of
of
politicians,
politicians. Yeah.
yes,
of the ruling class.
of the ruling class, essentially. So they post all this luxury lifestyle that they have on social media, and then the regular people, the working class people, they look at this and then they're like,
I can't even get a job.
yeah, I can't even provide for my family.
I can't
Yeah.
even buy Pampers for my kids.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, what's
So,
happening?
Yeah, so there were protests all over the country, actually. So similar to Nepal and Indonesia.
Yeah.
So, this has been actually a common recurring theme in Asia lately. And I would say, I think a lot of the protests were actually led by the Gen Zs.
Yeah. Asian Spring? Is it happening?
Yeah,
What's
that's
that?
exactly what I was thinking. Asian Spring.
Asian Spring.
Asian Spring.
Yeah. I mean,
Or
We're
as I
right.
like to call it, the lost world of Tambun. You know why?
Why?
Because there's hot springs there.
oh, okay.
Asian
okay.
hot springs.
Okay.
Lost world of Tambun.
But you
Boleh,
know,
boleh.
I might take a job, dude. Open mic KL, hit me up. Open mic KL, come on.
oh, you can be a commentator. But you know, people are very unhappy about this,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
like
of course.
in Asia especially because
As they
like
rightly should.
yeah, I mean like compared to the Western countries or in America, for example, the living the wages here are comparatively lower than over there. But the politicians, the kids of these MPs,
Some of them are billionaires.
some of
like
them are
dollar
billionaires, like millionaires.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's natural that there would be unrest because there's so much what do you call it? Disparity
Yeah.
between them.
It's natural and it's expected and it should. Like, you must.
Yeah.
You must protest. But, I mean, Asian Spring, what's going to happen? There's
know.
there's always, it's such a slippery slope,
Yep.
you know, when,
Yep.
because it's, the whole system is corrupt at its core.
Yeah.
And how do you even change that? Even if you are a politician who comes in with good intentions, you must be corrupt as well. Otherwise, they will eat you. If you don't eat the people, they will eat you. Everybody surrounding you will eat you.
So is that like
So
a
it's
prerequisite
just-
to be a politician?
I
You have
mean-
to be
It's not a
corrupt.
prerequisite, dude. It's not a
It's-
prerequisite. It's just the
A
thing that
survival.
happens. Yeah.
It's a way of survival.
It's a way of survival. Once you get in, you can be as idealistic, as optimistic as
exactly.
you want
Yeah.
before you get in. But once you get in, this
You
guy taps you on the shoulder, like here, and then another guy taps you on the shoulder.
Yeah,
And,
and
like,
if
oh,
you
dude,
don't
here's
kowtow-
10,000 in an envelope.
Yeah.
Here's 20,000 in an envelope. Suddenly you're putting your kids through international school, and then suddenly 5 years down the road, you're asking, you're like, oh, dude, why is that 10,000 drying up? You know, gonna look for more. Happens. It's the trappings of life. It's human nature.
Yeah,
Happens.
it's
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate,
But
and
it is
it's
the
the greed
system.
of man, and it's the system, and it's like there was like some change, you know, like the Nepali PM stepped down,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
that's
somebody
right,
else
that's right.
took his place. They're both in their 70s. You know, and then like I think in Indonesia they rolled back some government
Yes,
benefits,
exactly.
but like none of this is like ever. It doesn't address the root cause of how corruption is just ingrained in the
Right.
system. And from what I hear from like my Indonesian friend and just reading, it's just getting worse and worse
Yeah.
and worse and worse.
It will. It
Like
will.
before, they said my friend, he was saying, before it was like 100 million, like hundreds of millions was like big deal. Now it's nothing.
Yeah.
It was like, it's nothing, Nikki. Now it's like hundreds of billions, like in Indonesia, you know, how much they're siphoning. And it's just...
Look at the current president of the Philippines' late father.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He
yeah,
was-
Come
yeah.
on.
Like he was
Come
a billionaire.
on.
Yeah.
And his wife Imelda, like
Come on.
that put Rosma to shame, dude.
It did, you know, like, I'm
Like, she
sorry.
put Rosma to shame, yeah.
She did.
Actually,
Look at her,
collection
like
of
shoe
handbags and
collection.
shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shoe
that's right.
that was
collection.
nuts.
Yeah, I mean that
Nuts.
family is like
Yeah.
it's
And-
crazy.
Here's a little something that will blow your mind.
Okay.
Everywhere in the world, it's the exact same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Even in Gaza. You look at the leaders of Hamas, like their kids are living in London and Paris.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Billionaires too. What's going on there?
Okay, but it shows that
It's human nature.
It's human nature, one. But in places like Nepal and Indonesia, like you mentioned that because of these protests, the Nepal Prime Minister stepped down, and Indonesia, after the whole protests, Prabowo, he reshuffled his cabinet and he even like removed the finance minister. So it shows that the people, whenever they take action, they can actually change what needed to be changed. Maybe it won't change completely, but it takes time, you know, to get to where...
I really hope so.
Yeah.
Like, you know, some
And-
lasting, permanent changes.
Exactly.
but-
I don't think it takes time.
You don't think it takes time?
I think it takes drastic action.
Yeah, like a revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
a revolution.
I mean,
and
you're
that
right,
always comes with violence and death.
look at Russia, the Bolshevik revolution,
Yeah.
right? It changed the whole culture of Russia, like from a complete feudal kind of system where people were essentially farming and just having livestock to an actual participant in the world economy. Like the Bolshevik revolution changed that. For good or bad, whatever the case may be, that's a different story, but it changed it. You know? So if you need something like the Arab Spring, you know, like the removal of Bashar al-Assad from Syria, all required a lot of tragedy, a lot of death, a lot of bloodshed. But
Yeah.
Would you say we're quite lucky in Malaysia because we haven't had?
oh, absolutely.
We are so incredibly blessed, but I hope that our leaders, when they see this Asian Spring that's happening, that they are
learn.
scared,
Yep.
Yeah.
that
Yep,
they
yep.
are shivering in their boots. Because what about our flood mitigation projects? I'm sorry, I'm raising my voice. Our flood mitigation projects, you know, from like presenting the news for years, how many, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions every year when the budget comes out, flood mitigation projects, flood mitigation projects. Then what happens is that
Kelantan gets flooded every year.
all these same places gets flooded every single year.
Every
Then you
year.
have the residents saying, what happened to all
Yeah.
these hundreds of millions of ringgit? It's not effective.
Yep.
Where's the project? Where is it being built? So where's this money going to? So it's like, no, like we are lucky. Alhamdulillah. Like I think Malaysia is like one of the best blessed countries in the world, you know, and we have so much barakah. Honestly, like people be grateful. Malaysians, everyone who wants to like leave the country, you want to go to the Western world, no, stay here. Like I
We
live
have it
in the
good.
West.
We have it good.
have it so good.
We have
The
it
West
good.
are coming here to live. You know how many expats are in KL
Yeah.
who are like, I never want to leave, Nikki. This is the life. I get to send my kids to Alice Smith and all this. You know, these are the people who are coming here. So live here. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to be careful. I mean, I hope that this makes our country, our leaders aware that this could happen to them.
Yeah, exactly.
And we also need to take measures to make sure that the money that is being funneled into these projects actually helps, because I don't think it does. And we don't have an oversight committee, like a
No,
project oversight
we
committee.
don't.
We don't, and we need to have it.
Yep.
Because that's why I remember when we were talking about how the 100 million donation to Gaza,
Yeah.
and people were questioning, oh, maybe this is too much. That is nothing. That is a drop in a bucket of how much our budget is
Yep.
and how much are funneled into all these flood mitigation projects, and there is no change.
Yeah.
So somebody needs to question.
Exactly.
Somebody needs to like be a project manager and like an independent body. You know, really, we need this. We have the Public Accounts Committee. They all they do, I think, is just like check. They have an oversight of the funds, like
Yeah.
an appropriation of funds. But that's it.
Yeah.
They just have an oversight of the appropriation of
They
funds.
don't audit
for,
the projects that are being done. Yep,
yeah,
things like
but
that. Yep.
what about how is these hundreds and millions being used? Where
Yeah.
is it going to? Because if it's not effective, so
Yeah.
where's the money going to? I have all these question marks.
Every time there's floodings, every time there's like a monsoon season,
Every year.
we have like floodings all over, like in Sabah, in Kelantan, and some of the other states. Sometimes in Kuala Lumpur, in Shah Alam also,
Yeah.
it would flood.
Yet, ironically, we had the foresight to build KLCC on a base that would not vibrate if there was an earthquake. And we don't even get earthquakes, dude.
I mean,
Think about that, you know?
in Johor, yeah. But
But you know, we
like,
had the foresight, you know? I know, man.
Okay.
It's wacky all around.
Yeah, but okay, but
Plus
earlier we were
stupid.
talking about how blessed Malaysia is, but like any other country, we also have our issues.
yeah.
So just a few days ago, there was a statement by the chief of police in Kelantan.
Oh, this I've heard about this one. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Pardon my French.
No.
Yeah.
Go for it,
Yeah,
BJ.
Continue. Go ahead.
So
Speak for
the
us.
chief police of Kelantan, he suggested that that girls that are involved in statutory rape cases should be charged alongside the adult male perpetrator.
Okay. We got to break it down, okay? So, what is statutory rape?
What is statutory rape?
Do you know what is statutory rape? Statutory rape.
Underage.
Not rape, not common law rape.
Okay.
There's a difference. Common law rape is...
Statutory rape is when the girl is underage or one of them is underage.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a girl, but when the abused party because the idea of statutory rape is that if you're under 18, if you're under the legal age, you cannot provide informed consent.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
That's the whole issue of statutory rape. Common law rape is like no matter what it is, someone is forcing themselves on you. You know, that's a different thing. So while I don't think it's rooted in common sense what this guy said, it's ridiculous. But I think the message that he's trying to say is that the blame needs to be equally shared.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
However, the problem with that is one of them is underage.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like
that's the problem.
They can't, like, beyond informed consent, like they're not even like fully developed yet.
Yeah, they don't even have emotional maturity,
Yeah,
mental
yeah,
maturity.
exactly.
You know, to know.
At that age, like, that looks cool, I'm gonna do it, or I wanna try it. You know, that's all the thought process
Exactly.
is most of the time at that age. So,
And especially when it's perpetrated by an adult.
Yeah.
Adult,
supposed
male.
adult. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do you not hear of grooming? Do you
Yeah,
not hear
exactly.
of...
Yeah.
It's still underage, bro. It's
Yeah.
like on you.
Although I do think that in certain cases the females that groom the males, especially if both are attractive, it's possible lah.
What do you mean? I think it should be, even if it's
like an older teacher.
yeah, even if it's an older woman.
Why
that
if
was
the guy is
doing-
like 18 but in his senior year in high school, but the teacher is like 25?
the legal,
Totally, she should be charged.
He should be charged.
Totally.
But he's 18 though.
Is that legal or...
He's
No,
18,
but he's a student,
legal
right?
age 18.
He's
He's
a
a student
student.
at the high school that she's
No, that's
teaching.
still that's
Okay,
still
that's
that's,
wrong,
that's,
that's wrong,
that's still
that's
wrong.
But
Of course, she should be charged.
He's
That's still
18.
grooming.
He's 18.
That's still grooming.
That's still grooming?
That's still grooming. You're the teacher. You are a person of
Interesting.
authority and credibility. You should be
Interesting.
trusted. I
Even
think
though she's
so.
only 7 years old.
It
years
doesn't
older.
matter.
Okay.
That's not your...
Okay, would it make a difference if he was
To
19?
me, the
19
age,
and not in your school?
Yeah.
Sure. That's
Okay.
your business. I mean, that's not like against the law.
Okay, but
you know?
18 and in the same school?
And in the same school, and you're the teacher? No. People do not send their
but
kids
everyone's
to school.
high-fiving that guy, dude. Like, especially if the teacher's hot.
Yeah,
you know?
okay, yeah.
No, the boys are
Be
high-fiving
honest, dude. Like,
Of course they are.
No.
if it was your homie, you're like, holy
I mean, sure.
right? Right? You're like, come on, be honest.
I mean, of boys being boys, sure, they will high five each other, but it's still wrong.
Oh, I don't know if he's 18. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like, how many people do you see in universities that get married to the lecturers?
Not
Is
a lot.
that so wrong? Is that so wrong though?
No, I mean, like, if they get married after if they started
But
the
they're both of
relationship
legal
after,
age. They're both of legal age, which is the same thing for the 18 and 25-year-old. They're both of legal age. The only slight issue is that she is a teacher at his school that he goes to. But he's already 18. He's past his birthday and everything. He's already 18.
Okay, if
He's
you-
officially past the legal age.
Okay, if you switch that around,
Uh-huh.
if it was a male teacher,
Oh, no. If that was my daughter, I'm going
No,
after
no.
that with a knife.
then it's the same. That's the same.
Double standards exist in life, dude.
I'm
I'm not-
That was very smart.
I'm not sitting here to pretend.
Exactly.
That was not a gotcha question for me. I was always going to answer that truthfully. No,
I mean,
You would whack the guy.
if
It's
my
the same
daughter was
thing.
18 and the teacher was 25 and he was going after her, I put a knife through his forehead.
There you go.
Yeah. Ain't no thing. Ain't no thing. But if that was my son and he
You would
was,
high five.
holy I rail into him. I would rail into him in front of his mother. But once
In front of his mother.
we go out in front of his mother, but I'm gonna take him out after that. After
my
I rail him
God.
in front of his mother, I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna buy him a new car. That's what I'm gonna do. Like, holy you earned this, dude. You earned this. Yeah. Dude, no. Double standards exist for a reason in
my
life, dude.
God.
Yeah. Sorry, Medina and Sophia.
Oh my god.
And your non-existent brother.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was a fun conversation, dude.
Yeah, my cheeks hurt.
Okay. Unfortunately, I mean, we actually do have a few more stuff, but unfortunately, that's all the time that we have
that was
today.
quick.
Yeah.
That passed by in a flash.
But before we end the session, would you, Jay, or Nikki, would you want to say anything to our audience, regarding the news that we talked about, or anything else?
Free Palestine. I think that's for everybody. And always advocate for it. Doesn't matter how long it takes. We should just speak up whatever we can.
Yes.
Oh wait, I don't know where I'm looking. That one. Okay, yes. So yeah, just that's all I have to say for now. Thank you.
Yes. Screw the infidels.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a plug. I got a plug. On the 11th of October of this year, there's going to be a huge paddle tournament being organized.
Okay.
It's in affiliation with Paddle Selangor, which is headed by Raja Muda Selangor,
Okay.
Tunku Amir. It is called the Paddle Community Cup. It's happening on one day only, on the 11th of October. At Joy Division Paddle 2 at on Jalan Penchala in Section 51 Petaling Jaya. If anyone's there or anyone's interested in sussing out what paddle's all about, please come. It's a full day from 8 a.m. to midnight. There's an after party and everything. If you guys just want to come for the drinks, or just want to come for the food, or just want to come for the paddle, you're more than welcome. But please come, join us, and just trying to do my part to spread paddle around. It's an awesome sport. I've gotten a lot of benefit out of it myself, and I think a lot of people will as well.
All right. Okay, in that case, I also have one quick shout out. On the 11th of October too at night.
Busy day.
I am hosting an open mic session at Bukit Jelutong, Big Boss HSP. So
Let's
it'll
go.
be a night.
Where? Boss HSP.
Big Boss HSP,
Okay.
Bukit Jelutong at
Okay.
Radia Arena. So it will be a night of poetry, music, and comedy.
All
So
right.
I'll be hosting. So
Let's
if you
go.
guys are
That
free,
sounds good.
drop by. Yeah.
Cool, Han.
And on that note, thank you guys for watching. If there are any guests that you think we should have on the show, or any topics we should talk about, please let us know. You can comment us on our Instagram, or we also on YouTube and Spotify, so you can check us out on there. So
Apple Podcast as well.
Apple Podcast as well. So on that note, see you later. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Let's go.